Hello everyone and welcome back to another edition of Rich T Racing, and this is a sim video not by Derek, but it's actually done by me, yours truly, that is JJ. I've never done a sim video before. I've done a lot of racing in the past, but I wouldn't even classify this as a sim video because I'm doing it on my controller, because that is the way of all things. As you can quite clearly tell, we are here on F1 2019 doing my career mode with Alfa Romeo Racing. You can see that I'm chasing down these three drivers in front. A little bit of background to this: I qualified in 20th after a truly awful qualifying and went on the reverse strategy, starting on the mediums and working my way onto the softs. So you can see I'm up into P13 after the strategy worked brilliantly at the pit stop, and we are now chasing down these three for what will ultimately be P10. So we're coming up behind Devon Butler, and you can just see coming out of the Parabolica, I've got absolutely fantastic drive out of there. Probably because these three are all fighting with each other. We've already dispatched Devon, and now because I've got the DRS open, it's Lance Stroll who's trying to overtake Kevin Magnussen, but I've got Lance, and it looks like I've already now got Kevin Magnussen as well, so we're going to have a triple overtake coming into the first chicane, although that is Kevin Magnussen trying to fight me around the outside, but I shut the door on him. Bit aggressive maybe, but it's clean, there's no contact, and on we go. We are now chasing down our teammate Kimi Räikkönen, who has in fact got a problem, but hopefully, as you're about to hear,
they're speeding up again, so I expect they've fixed whatever the problem was.
Yes, so that driver my engineer is talking about is of course Kimi. He had a problem, but it has now been resolved. But fortunately, I am in the DRS zone, so we're going to pull out to the inside. We're going to go just around him, and we're going to pull out and get the move done easily. That is the advantage of DRS for you, but does it ruin the racing? Well, you can check that out in a video that we have already published, but we are currently now up into P9, but coming through the first of the Lesmo corners, now into the second of the Lesmo corners. As our engineer told us, Kimi's power has come back. He is now back in the game, and because my soft tyres will wear out roughly the same, will be roughly the same at this point, I should say, as Kimi's medium tyres, there he goes. He just goes steaming down around the outside once again. He's got the move done like I had just before the braking zone, but I have also got I'm still right behind him as we come out of Ascari down towards the Parabolica, and I think you can just see here now that I am gaining on him massively coming towards the Parabolica. It almost could have a look up the inside, but this is my teammate I'm dealing with. I cannot hit him, got to make sure I keep it as clean as possible, but the drive we've got off the Parabolica, much like the last time, is fantastic. It looks like we might even have this move done before the DRS, so we get the DRS open, and we are now back in front of Kimi, heading down towards the first chicane. Just get a little look behind us there, and Kimi is slotting in behind, but this is surely a race that is going to go on for the remainder of this race. We're going to be fighting tooth and nail. I think that is Roman Grosjean just in front of us. You can see that I am slower in Sector 1 than I have been before. Coming into Ascari, am I going to go defensive? No. I think I've just about got enough down into fourth gear. Making sure we don't take too much curve. Definitely don't want to take too much curve here. That could lead to spin out, and it looks like we haven't quite got a very good exit coming out of Ascari. We're looking behind. Kimi is right up mid-chuff, heading into the Parabolica. Is he going to have a look? He did pull out there, but he decided to come back in down into fifth, making sure we look after the gearbox, and it looks like I don't think I will have gained too much on Kimi. He will probably be just right behind me, as he has been for the past couple of laps, and there he is. He's going to pop open the DRS, and this surely should be an easy move for Kimi, going down around the outside, making it difficult for him. I also want to make sure that I don't hit him at the same time, so braking into the first chicane, make sure you do it just between the 150 and 100 mark, and we go to the outside to try and get a decent drive out of the first chicane, but unfortunately that hasn't quite worked out. But we're still in the slipstream of Kimi, and once again, as we saw coming out of Ascari into Parabolica, we've just got such good toe when we get behind Kimi, so we're going to go to outside. Kimi also not making it that easy for us, and we're going to turn and make sure we don't make any contact, but I think some contact was just made. You might have just heard that on the audio. I can't hear it right now, but I'm fairly certain there was contact there, heading now into the Lesmo corners. At this point, I'd like to draw your attention to the fuel level and ERS. You can see that my ERS is so low. I'm having to use one through the Lesmos. Will I be using it through the DRS zone? Surely not, but it looks like at the moment we are keeping in low ERS with standard fuel, and we're going now defensive into Ascari. We're having to stick in low, but now we switch into medium. Kimi having a look around the outside, but I shut the door on him, saying absolutely not. But obviously all this fighting is giving the person in P11 a chance to come and fight us, try and get into the points instead of myself and Kimi. That is of course Lance Stroll, which is very important for us in the championship, because Alfa Romeo are currently leading Force India Racing point by I think it's 86 to 77 points. So we are certainly in the fight for 4th place in the Constructors. We've got a little bit of a gap now to Kimi, more than we had on the lap before, but Lance Stroll will surely still be behind there, as Kimi is now coming like a freight train. He's going to go try around the outside, but this time I go a lot more defensive than I have done in the past. Shut the door on him. This time it's a lot cleaner. I gave him space. Unfortunately, there is no contact between myself and Kimi, but you might have just seen there, as I look back, Lance Stroll is properly interested in this fight as we now come through the Curva Grande, heading down towards the second chicane. I should know the name of that corner, but I just don't, as we switch now down into low ERS mode, and we are now into rich mode because I've been saving the fuel all race, and this is now the opportunity to hang on to that fuel and keep the position from Kimi and from Lance as Valtteri Bottas crosses the line to win the race. So we now head through coming through the second of the Lesmos. We're going to now switch up into medium ERS, use as much power as I possibly dare to keep ourselves going for the rest of the race. I think my engineer at some point would be telling me that we have not got enough fuel to the end of this race. Kimi is coming at me very hard. This time I stick to the outside line, racing line. There could have been the possibility of contact there if Kimi had decided to send one. I just can't see him in this view, can't see the wing mirrors, and you can see that Kimi once again tucked up right behind me. But as we come down, Lance Stroll also getting involved in this. He's going to try something for the outside to come into the parabolica. We've had a slight lock-up, having to go down into 4th gear. This could possibly give an opportunity for Kimi or for Lance, but we're going to be fine with somebody who isn't fine is Kimi, because Lance Stroll has overtaken Kimi Raikkonen just before the line, coming out on the parabolica. And whilst it's a fantastic recovery race for myself, it is disaster for Kimi, who had really good qualifying. I think he was up into P8, got up somewhere like P7 in the race. He was doing really well, had those engine issues, and then got overtaken by me. And then in fighting with me, that has allowed Lance Stroll to come through and take that point. And I believe it was Sergio Perez, Lance's teammate, finishing in P6 after a retirement for Charles Leclerc. So that means that for the Racing Point even have gained more on us heading now out of Monza into the rest of the championship. This is going to be a very interesting fight between ourselves and Racing Point for 4th place in the championship. And as for the Drivers' Championship, I'm currently on 40 points, sat behind Kimi Raikkonen he is just in front of me on 46, a little bit of a gap then to Sergio Perez, but Lance Stroll and Lando Norris also behind us, and it's going to be Lance Stroll. What can he do to try and help Sergio and Racing Point get back through the championship? But guys, that has been my first ever sim video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. That will obviously show us that you enjoy what we're doing, you enjoy what we put out, and that is obviously what we want to see. But apart from that, yeah, guys, as ever, if you liked it, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz, and all that I should say for now is ta-ta and farewell.
Some amazing talents out on the track today, but Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
I have to give it to Johnson. There was a lot going on all down the field, but they were the only one who I really felt maximised their potential.
Yeah, boy!